That is the trade multiplier. Another way to denote this is the trade multiplier. That is the ratio of the change in the equilibrium national income to the change of imports that cause the change in the equilibrium national income. And in an open economy, the equilibrium national income satisfies y equal to c plus I plus g and plus x minus m. And the consumption and imports are increasing function of national income, and the income investment and government expenditure are not affected by the national income in the short run. Take derivative of this both sides with respect to exports will result in the data formula for this one, because the I and G is not affected by this derivative, and I will disappear after taking the derivative with respect to the x. And therefore thus arrives this formula, where the remaining part is C and M, because the consumption and the imports are the function of the national income, and the national income is a function of the exports. So by the chain rule, we can arrive at this formula here. So we obtain the following after the rearrangements, and dy over dx is equal to 1 over 1 minus dc over dy plus dm over dx. The dm over dy is so-called marginal propensity to import. It reflects the import increase with respect to 1 unit of increase in the national income. And the dy over dx is the trade multiplier. So because of the y equal to c plus s plus t, it can arrive at this 1 minus dc over the dy equal to ds over dy. After the rearrangements, we arrive at this dy over dx is equal to 1 over ds over dy plus dy over dm over dy. So if the denominator ds over dy plus the dm over dy, where is the marginal propensity to saving and the marginal propensity to import are less than 1. The denominator is less than 1, the total ratio will be greater than 1. That means multiplier effect take place. And the economy is by the assumption of non-full employment per unit of export increment will lead to equilibrium national income increase more than 1 unit. The less is the sum of this denominator, the more the multiplier is. So this, you more or less understand this implication of this multiplier is that not only the theoretical conclusion is that the residents of a country should consume the products of this own country to the maximum extent, so that the export increase will boost the more significantly domestic national income and employment. The multiplier effect applies to the import increase as well. So, but the shrink of the economic production um, take, takes more than one fold. So a result applies to the investment and the government expenditure increase as well. So a country's export growth represents the effect demand growth. It will run it will cause round by round in other countries chain reaction that is directly or indirectly related to the import increasements. And as a fact, and that is a multiplier effect. And the range of the national income, the growth is much greater than the magnitude of the import increments. So that what this implication of this effect means. The multiplier effect analyze the situation that when the yeah, so the result applies to there are two situations that might deviate the reality from the theoretical conclusion. First is when the assumption of the economy has not yet reached the full employment, where idle there is idle resource in the economy. Another assumption is it requires corresponding monetary supply increase. That is crowding out effect. That is the impact of investment expenditure via the influence on the interest rates. The aggregate demand increase will cause the national income increase and the monetary demand increase. And if there is no corresponding increase in the money supply, the money demand increase will cause the interest rate increase and the private investment decrease will lead to the inhibiting national income increase caused by the export increase. Another crowding out effect is that the export increase is greater than the import increase related to the foreign exchange supply increase on the domestic foreign exchange markets. And also the capital inflow caused by the interest rate increase that also will cause the foreign exchange supply increase on the domestic foreign markets. Because the domestic currency doesn't increase correspondingly, the domestic currency appreciation pressure and the other should under the flexible exchange rates. That will cause the exchange rates decrease and the domestic currency appreciation. That will deteriorate or decrease the export competitiveness and improve the foreign countries' export competitiveness. And export decrease and import will increase. And national income increase is less than the theoretical. And under the fixed exchange rate, the central bank dumps domestic currency to the economy to fix the exchange rate. And they buy the foreign exchange to eliminate appreciation pressure of domestic currency and to maintain the interest rate at the original level. It will subduct the crowding out effect. Similarly, the investment government expenditure increases will cause a crowding out effect as well.